Yeah, I remember I watched some documentary. I think Shock G said something to the effect of Pac and Suge's relationship was basically Suge held him down like Pac always wanted someone to hold him down. You know what I'm saying? Like Suge basically said, do whatever you want and I'll clean up the mess afterwards. You know, because he had this huge group of Bloods. Right. You know, I mean, Mob James is a regular guest on my show, and he basically brought a lot of these early guys in and kind of set up this whole kind of thing where it was just like, yeah, Pac had the Outlaws, he had Thug Life, you know, he always had guys with him, but now he had an actual army of dudes that were ultra violent.
And he was never with a gang. He was like, he was cool. It was like, what do you do? You're not with any gang.
Right, but he ended up getting a mob tattoo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but
see what I mean?
Yeah.
You started wearing red rags and
cause why?
You get caught up in that whole thing. I mean, it's alluring. Yeah. You know, it's why you see people like Chris Brown and Lil Wayne becoming Bloods after they become millionaires and stuff like that. It's an alluring.
Yeah, you know what? It could be a brotherhood thing.
And it's also a
brotherhood thing. I mean, because I know a lot of people come back to my fraternity. They say, "Oh man, that seems like a great brotherhood." And so it's like being part of a big army or a family that that has your back and protects you everywhere. But you really got to have your soul and your interest is heart. Well.
Yeah, man. You see lots of situations, man. You see, you fast forward to like a couple of years ago, King Von, who got killed, basically. In a similar situation, he goes and sees someone he doesn't like, starts punching him. His man pulls out a gun and kills him, and then a shootout occurs. Other people die, and so forth. And it's just a lot of it is just like unnecessary situations that you're riding for your friends, but you're the star. Like you're the, you're the money guy. Yeah. You're the one that everyone should be protecting and staying out the way. In the same way that you say how Janet Jackson's crew didn't want her to kiss anyone and get sick. Like there should have been someone there that. At the point that he started running over there, they should have just grabbed him and like, nah. Like,
well, I mean, there's a famous story with when Pac was doing Poetic, and somebody's gangbang was messing with him. Maya Angelou and everybody was out there, and he was about to go whoop him up. And I basically had to pick Tupac up and carry him to the trailer. He was the movie, it was Maya Angelou, Robbie Reed's mother, and the guy just kept messing with him, calling him Tupac, kept doing this. He was an extra, but he was a gangbanger or something. He kept messing with him. And I said, all you had to do was tell somebody to get him removed from the set, because you had like maybe 50 extra people out there, like were just in the park as bystanders. And I literally had to put him over my shoulder just because he was going. He was really going. I carried him, picked him up, and Don Wilkerson, he was the first AD. A lot of them, they were like, yo. But my thing was, first of all, that's Maya Angelou. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's everybody. Grandmama, you about to go wild on.
Well, the whole film was based around her poems, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, she was a big involvement of it. Exactly. But but I'm like, yo, but this ain't the, we ain't over there in a barbershop, but beauty shop scene. There was a big scene, and it was like,
Yeah, no, I interviewed Khalil Kain. They were talking about doing, they're working on Juice.
Yeah.
I guess like, they were letting some local dudes hang out. One of them ended up stealing something and Pac and them ended up beating him up on the set.
That. Yeah.
And I think that there was like, a shooting may have occurred because of that or some shit. Like
I think they came by and something happened on set.
Yeah. It was, like I'm saying, like Pac this is almost like regular for him to do this type of shit. This is like, every day.
Yeah, it was. You expected it to kind of happen, if I'm from St. Louis, so it's like gunshots.
Right.
It's just a regular day at the office. But nah, you got to change that.